All right, all right, all right. What is up, guys? Okay, so let's get this party started. Let's get this party on the road, baby. All right, so we got a lot of cool topics today. I got a lot to talk about anime, Netflix, Kadokawa and SONY. I got a little bit of Japan. I got some news for Japan for people that want to travel to Japan. And yeah, I got some stuff about Cartoon Network. So all you Cartoon Network heads out there, you know, kids from the late 90s, early 2000s. So all right, so the first thing I'm going to cover is Netflix One Piece live action cast. Okay, we're going to start right here. And I don't know if you saw the video. But these are kind of like the promo videos, like the wanted signs, right? Thought it was pretty cool. And here is actually the tweet. Hold on, let me get out of here. This is actually the promo.
Hello everyone!
Hold on, let's back up a little bit. Let's zoom in. Let's get a good view of this. Take a good look at this.
Hello everyone! My name is Iñaki Godoy Caso.
Hi, it's McKenyu.
My name is Emily Rudd.
Hi, my name is Jacob.
My name's Tess Skylar.
Guess what? I'm gonna be playing Luffy!
But I'll be playing Zoro.
I am so beyond excited to be playing Nami in One Piece.
And I'm playing Usopp.
I am very excited to be playing Sanji. Also, shout out to Ichiro Oda for drawing these tees for us.
But yeah, that's me, the guy on the shirt.
Custom made by Oda Sensei.
The pirates! They're coming! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Woo! I can't wait to become the Pirate King!
Welcome to the Straw Hats.
Oh my goodness, I gotta talk about these guys. I like this energy. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like the energy. Man. All right, so let's go back. Let's go. All right, so they changed the logo. The older logo was better. I mean, I don't know why they put the skull with Luffy's hat on it. You know, but whatever. It's, you know, I like they didn't have to change the logo. That was unnecessary. All right, let's talk about him, Inaki. I think it's Inako or Inaki. I don't know. But we're gonna take a look at the actor's Instagram in a moment. But this guy is Mexican and Luffy is Brazilian, right? So they're kind of right there in the Latino spectrum of things. Like, I say he would make a good Luffy. He already has like that jumpy attitude, that jumpy personality. I can see him eating a 5 bowls of ramen and shit. And wow, man, like I gotta say, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, at least for the actors. Of course, we already know that they're gonna mess up the story somehow. They're gonna add some woke diversity or some inclusion type of crap into the series. But the actors, I hope they get paid well and build their careers. Good for them. And yeah, so let's take a look at this guy for a second. Hold on.
My name is Iñaki Godoy Caso.
My name is Inaki Gogoy Caso. Yeah, he has that energy. I can see it.
Hi, it's McKenyu.
McKenyu. This guy's actually, he's Japanese and he's gonna play Zoro. And I mean, I don't know about the hairdo. He kind of reminds me of Ludi Lin. Maybe he needs to cut his hair shorter. But for Zoro part, Man, I think I can't see it right now because I mean, you know, maybe if he puts a hat on or something, you know, that maybe I'll be able to see it. But I mean, I can kind of see him play Zoro. And honestly, this is coming from a guy that doesn't watch, you know, too much of One Piece. Okay, so
My name is Emily.
you know, Nami. I see Nami's face, especially the shape of the head and the hair. Definitely got the Nami hair, right? So she can walk right in with his hair. She probably do just fine. And the only thing is you know, she doesn't have much of the what do you call it? The bazungas. She needs bigger bazungas, you know. But hey, you know, they can definitely work with that.
Hi, my name is Jacob.
Oh my goodness, this guy is perfect for the part of Usopp. You know, I mean, obviously they're not gonna exaggerate the nose, but he definitely can come across as the character.
My name's Skylar.
I say that was a pretty good choice.
Guess what? I'm gonna be playing Guess what? I'm gonna be.
Hold on.
Jacob.
My name's
This is Sanji. You know, Eminem is gonna be playing Sanji. Will the real Slim Shady just please stand up? What's up, Eminem? I mean Sanji. I don't know. I mean, of course, Sanji has like more of a curly hair, kind of like a bowl-shaped hair. I mean, that can, you know, that's doable. I mean, I don't see there's a problem there. All right, so we're gonna go and take a look at their Instagram. So here's Inaki Godoy, and it looks like he himself is a big One Piece fan. Look at that. Lucky bastard. He gets to play, you know, the king of the pirates. So he's probably living his dream life right now. So he's got a whole collection of Luffy stuff. Again, it's this Mexican kid, you know. I wonder what kind of see. Let's take a look at his acting record. Inaki Godoy, what have you done, buddy? Oh, known for La Querida de Centauro, Who Killed Sarah, Mech Zombies. Okay, so basically, he hasn't been in the business for very long. And I mean, he's of course he's from Mexico, so he's gonna be playing, you know, mostly Mexican movies, I'm assuming. And then we got Makenyu. I know Makenyu. He's gonna be playing Saint Seiya. He's gonna be in the Saint Seiya live action movie, which for some reason nobody's talking about here in the West, which kind of pisses me off. You know, he's known for, you know, that hasn't even come out. Pacific Rim Uprising. The Rurouni Kenshin live action. Okay, he played Enishi. This was really good. The Rurouni Kenshin, the final chapter. That was a really good show. A really good movie. All right, and then we got Emily Stud. Emily Stud. Let's look her up on IMDb. What has she done? Fear Street, Hunter Actress, Romanovs, 2018. Looks like she hasn't been in for too long. She's been acting since 2013. Boy and Bear, George R. Martin's blank. Oh, George R. Martin's blank page video show. What is this? Target? Daenerys Targaryen? No. Brandon Flowers, Motion City soundtrack girl. Okay, she was in a music video, I guess, from a rock band. Spooky Games. Max Dynamic. Alright, so she's been in quite a lot of movies, but I guess she's gonna have her biggest part now. Good for her. And then we got J.K. Romero Gibson. Let's see. That's his name, right? J.K. Romero Gibson. Okay, Jacob Gibbs. Okay, here he is. We got him. Okay, so far he's been in the Resident. He's been in Grey's Anatomy 2019. He did an episode there. 5, Malcolm. 2021. He started in 2016. He got his first real gig, Underwater Dive D Resident. Okay, so he's got a pretty good record. And then what do we have? Taz Skylar, Mr. Eminem. Let's see what movies Eminem has done besides 8 Mile. Taz Skylar. He's been in The Villain. That was in 2020. Boiling Point, The Kill Team. Venom. He was in Venom. Who did he play? Victim. Oh, he played one of the victims. Wow. Okay. All right. So this cast. I mean, they have this youthful. What the fuck? I can definitely see this clown playing Luffy. Definitely. So they've been in Makenyu. Okay, that's Makenyu when he was a kid. Yeah, I can definitely see them playing their parts. Definitely. It's. I mean, I'm willing to give this a try. I'm willing to give this a try for the simple fact that they have a good cast already. They have a good cast. So let's just wait and see how the live action goes. And I mean, I'm not saying that I'm happy about what Netflix is doing. Cowboy Bebop looks good. Aesthetically looks good. The actors look good, except for Daniela Pineda, who was supposed to play Faye Valentine. But hey, I mean, what else were you expecting? So I'm willing to give this a try. I mean, and let's take a look at the chat real quick. Says Makenyu was in Rurouni Kenshin the final. If you want to see his sword fighting skills. Oh yeah, Rurouni Kenshin. Yes, yeah, I remember him. And that's coming from Wrath of Laurel. Hi, Wrath of Laurel. Alright, says I love Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah, man, listen, like Kenshin, the live action Rurouni Kenshin movies, those have been the best, the absolute best live actions I've seen. Besides the Death Note live action, this is like the Rurouni Kenshin live action movies have been just the absolute best. High quality, really good story. They've done a really good job with the actors, the setting, everything. They've done an extremely good job with the Rurouni Kenshin live actions. Okay? But if you think it stops there, oh no. Oh no. Okay? Netflix got more live action movies up their sleeve. And I'm here at Deadline.com. It said Netflix Japan unveils slate of anime and live action titles, plans to bet big on featured films. So I'm guessing some of these movies are definitely going to be in theaters. And so it says Netflix has unveiled a hefty list of upcoming Japanese titles, including both anime and live action films. The company is hosting a 2-day event this week in Netflix Japan Festival. Says the newly announced anime titles are JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean. Any JoJo fans out there? I'm not really a JoJo fan. I don't understand JoJo very much. Coming December this year. The 7 Deadly Sins Grudge of Edensburg. So that 7 Deadly Sins is going to have his first movie. Right? And Kakaguryu Twin. Never heard of that. Orbital Children. Tiger and Bunny Season 2. You see, Netflix is smart. I mean, you say what you want about Netflix, but they are smart. Okay? They've done some pretty creepy stuff, like allowing cuties and Big Mouth, but and some bad movies too. But they're taking things that are popular and bringing it to Netflix and funding it. They're actually funding those projects. Like Netflix, they did another Rurouni Kenshin movie, and it's called Rurouni Kenshin The Beginning, which is basically goes back to his days as Batosa the Manslayer. Really good, really good. And now Tiger and Bunny, an anime that I really love. Tiger and Bunny, they're gonna have season 2 is going to be hosted on Netflix. So they own season 2 basically of Tiger and Bunny. Detective Conan, the culprit Hanasawa. Oh wow. Detective Conan. I've never watched much of Detective Conan. Never watched much of it. It's just really old. Zero Tea Time must be a romance anime, and then Agretsuko season 4. Kotoro Lives Alone, Vampire in the Garden, Rilakuma's Theme, Park Avenue. The live action, and then okay, so we have some live action. So live action titles are gonna be Love Like Falling Petals, film premiere March. Alice in Borderland season 2, Yu Yu Hakusho, 2023. Once Upon a Crime, okay, I guess. Is that a live action? What's that based on? It says Love is Blind, Japan. Love is Blind, isn't that an American movie? They're probably making the Japanese version. It said Last One Standing, Tomai Kuna. Yeah, so Netflix, they're basically investing. They're investing a lot into into Asia. But have you realized, I don't know if you guys know this, but both Netflix and Disney, they're looking for the Asian market. Because Disney, they're going to start making their own anime. I've talked about that before on my channel. There's a whole video on that. Disney's going to start making anime. And they're going to start making Korean dramas. So they're trying to reach out to the, to the Korean market and to the Japanese market. Well, I mean, I don't know how big they are in Japan. But Netflix is definitely digging deep in Japan. They probably have maybe 1 or 2 million subscribers. And they're definitely investing in there. So the problem with Netflix in Japan is actually that Netflix in Japan is actually not that popular. Okay, Japan is kind of old school. Even with television. With television, they're like 15 years behind because they still rely on network television for most things. For anime, especially for anime, network television. But here's the thing: like a lot of the young people that are they are the ones that watch anime online through Crunchyroll, Netflix, and all those things because the boomer generation, the Japanese boomers and the older generation, they're the ones that are using the older technology. But because I see a lot of YouTube channels of Japanese kids, and whenever they watch television, it's mostly on their phone. On their computer, on their phone. The Japanese, they are they're minimalists. They're minimalists. That's why Japanese apartments are very small. Japanese people are very minimalistic. Okay, so it's mostly the youth watching Netflix, the young people. The older crowd still with cable television. But it takes a long time for things to change in Japan. It takes a long time for them to adapt to things because in Japan, for example, there's still like a lot of places they're still using the old fax machines, right? they still sign with stamps. That's Japan for you. They still do a lot of those old things that here in the West we kind of like just left behind. They tend to be very traditional, right? So there's definitely more anime coming. Netflix is going to be making more, Japanese live action shows, dramas. They've been doing it for a couple of years now. They have a couple of good shows, but mainly Alice in Borderland is one of the most popular ones thus far. And do expect to see more Korean dramas, Asian shows. Netflix has shows from Thailand, shows from Singapore, I think. They have a lot of shows for Asian entertainment. Okay, that's Netflix. They've been doing really good. So that's enough about Netflix. Now I do want to talk about this. I had talked about this in my channel before about the anime studio that is saying that it's okay that they want to pander to the overseas market, right? Where was it? Where the heck was it? I just had it here. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. So at Anime News Network, Kadokawa, I've talked about Kadokawa here before. Kadokawa Anime Producers wants Isekai to take over the world. To take over the world. Now there's tons of Isekai anime, you know, more than you can count. But Isekai is a very, very, very popular genre, and it's mostly fantasies, mostly fantasy titles, and some but the problem with anime when it comes to isekai is that you can even find isekai in romance anime, like Girls Bravo. If you guys ever watch Girls Bravo, it's always the guy that in Girls Bravo, the guy falls through hot water. He falls into a tub of hot water, then he's taken to another world where it's all girls, right? So the isekai can be found even in romance comedy anime, usually fantasy anime, action-packed anime, right? With isekai, but and I believe that isekai, even in the West here, is actually very popular because there's so many of them. You just can't avoid them. Sword Art Online is an isekai. A bit cyberpunk, but it's definitely isekai, based in a fantasy world, an online fantasy world. So, that definitely counts. But what Kadokawa, if you guys don't remember Kadokawa has said the president back in September, I believe, the president wanted to. His plan was to cater to the Western audiences, so that they can sell more manga and more light novels. But then immediately, right, like 24 hours later, the companies, they force him to apologize about what he said. They force him to apologize, and they lowered his salary. For they lowered his salary, which I found hilarious. Actually, I found it hilarious. I don't know. I found it hilarious. So, they lower his salary. And then basically what he was saying is that he wanted to pander to the Western audience, that they should censor some things for the Western audience so that Kadokawa can make more sales. But he missed the part where people actually like anime, manga, and light novels because it is not censored. That's the great thing about it. That is the great thing about it. So, in this article of Anime News Network, I'm going to read a little bit of it. It says, first, some context around Kadokawa, the book publisher first got involved with screen adaptation of his output in 1976 with Ichizoku. Man, I can't say it properly. Fast forward 45 years later, and the conglomerate now boasts the largest media content pool in Japan. They own Sword Art Online, for God's sakes. Within Japan, Kadokawa follows a simple to understand formula for success. By investing in multiple forms of media, the company can continuously promote the original novels and extend an IP's life cycle. Kadokawa typically starts pushing the source material novels across Japanese bookstores between the 3 months to 1 year before the screen adaptation comes out. So they're really successful. But this is the part that really, that really starts to raise eyebrows, right? Hold on a second, guys. Just a moment. Excuse me. So it says Kiyohara is hoping that these types of light novels, which are also popular overseas, can serve as a springboard for the company's overseas activities. So what they're saying is that they want to bring these light novels overseas so that then they can turn them into, so that they can, have a bigger audience here when the anime is created. right? Says Kadokawa has been able to accomplish simultaneous global releases of its anime titles, but it also wants to be able to push its books to other forms of media effectively overseas as well, especially video games. It says when the COVID-19 pandemic eventually ends, Kadokawa intends to aggressively approach the global market. Kikuchi noted that although Kadokawa's ebooks saw temporary growth in Japan, during COVID-19, the publishers is still just a dot in the overseas market. Yeah, so they don't have a lot of the overseas market, and they could make it to the overseas market. They could do really well in the overseas market. But what they want to do, and I'm going to scroll all the way down here, I absolutely love how they left the best for last in this article. It says overseas first is no longer just a slogan, but something we will be actively working towards, he said. Overseas first is no longer just a slogan, but something we will be working towards. So realize how they left that part at the bottom, basically telling you that they will be pandering to the overseas market, to the Western audience. Yeah, so because one of the biggest target markets is the Asian audience, Korea, not really China, but Korea, Japan, Thailand, Vietnam, the Philippines, all those countries in Asia, right? But also, they make a lot of money from the Western audience. America, Canada, the UK, they make a lot of money. There's absolutely no denying it. But they think that they have to pander to the West so that they can make more money, and they're not really understanding the market. Then again, there is that problem where, like, in Russia, for example, anime continues to get banned in Russia. So let's say, actually, a lot of isekai anime got banned in Russia. Now, a lot of people don't know that. But there's definitely countries where they won't be able to get in, such as Russia, China. China's censorship is just unimaginably dystopian. But we're not here to talk about that today. So yeah, Kadokawa, they're gonna pander to the overseas market. I mean, at first, like, I think they're gonna try to ease it in, because why did they shut down their president? That try to talk about. They shut him down when he said that he was going to start pandering to Western audience for manga and light novels. But now this press release is saying that they will be pandering to the overseas market. Hopefully it is on their terms. They did say that they're gonna try to bypass some middlemen with voice acting, so that they will have their own English. They will have their own English translations of anime. So that the overseas market can have better satisfactions with the dub, because one of the things that angers people in the West, especially diehard anime fans, is the dubs, especially with Funimation. When they dub these anime, it's like when they dub these anime, oh man, they always change it, and you can tell that they changed it on purpose. They did this with The War Ends With You as well, Square Enix, adding capitalistic messages in there in the game The War Ends With You, especially with the new one that came on, the old one, so it's like that's why people here, we don't want anybody in any Americans touching this stuff, because then they're always going to add their political agendas to it. That's what happens. So Kadokawa is basically bending over for overseas market. Expect more anime studios. Maybe not all. Obviously not all. Maybe those that work for Netflix will definitely start bending the knee for Netflix, right? But yeah, man. And also, this is something that was brought to my attention by one of my followers, but it looks like, hold on. it looks like Kadokawa actually has some kind of deal with Sony and Cyber Agent. It says Kadokawa Corporation forms capital alliance with Cyber Agent and Sony to strengthen gaming animation business. It says mutual exploitation of each company's business expertise and strength. Right. So Sony's joining forces with Kadokawa, and I guess they're gonna share the revenue. It says each company brings a different strength to the alliance. It says Cyber Agent development and operation strength for smartphone games. It says Kadokawa Corporation content strength to constantly create IPs composed. Sony global expansion power. So what Kadokawa is gonna do with Cyber Agent, they're gonna use them for mobile games, right? For mobile games, and then for Sony, they're gonna use Sony for worldwide distribution because Sony now owns Crunchyroll and Funimation, so they have a big grasp on the anime monopoly, right? They have a huge grasp on the anime monopoly. So imagine what's gonna happen then. I mean, it's a pretty smart move, not gonna lie. And then it says, through this alliance, Kadokawa Corporation is aiming for the creation, development, and acquisition of new IPs. So it looks like they're gonna start buying new IPs, or they're gonna start just creating new IPs. So investment, development for acquisition of rights, investment in and buyout of content holders. So the maximization of use of existing IPs, multimedia rollout center on animation and games, global rollout. It says both Cyber Agent and Sony will be issued 1.4 million shares of Kadokawa Corporation through third-party allocations given each company. Let's see what the fans are saying. And here dies Kadokawa Games. Bloodborne remastered coming. It's curious to see what will come out of this. Sony already has a strong relationship with Cygames. Said Bloodborne 2. Man, I remember that one Cyber Agent game called Timeline. Good Times also they do. they like to fuck their exclusives except for Cyber because that's a different management. Now I hope there would be more consoles and PC versions of games from Cyber Agents properly. And you know what? Yeah, they're probably coming. Well, listen, man, we're gonna get, because of cloud gaming and other things of such, we're gonna get more versions of PC games. I would not be surprised if Nintendo starts releasing their games on the PC. Nintendo most likely they're going to make a version, like a PC version of their games, but they're gonna code it somehow. So much like Epic Games and Steam, Nintendo's gonna make their own PC version of their own games and stuff in the titles. Excuse me, guys. It says false. It's Sony Corp, not Sony Music. You're right. I assumed it was Sony Music. Guess I was wrong. Does the difference matter when the Sony CEO talked about bringing all arms for Sony to support each other? Is Demon Slayer a game for Sony exclusive? Nope. So it does matter. So it actually only references Sony Corporation and not a specific division of Sony. I said good. Now I can expect much more anime IP games. Bloodborne. Everybody keeps talking about Bloodborne. It says Kadokawa has never been a gaming powerhouse nor a big mobile gaming publisher. Kadokawa is one of the biggest publishers in Japan, and they have a huge library of strong IPs. ReZero, Konosuba. Of course they own Konosuba. They own the biggest isekai titles. Okay, they own it. They have partnered with Aniplex to produce Sword Art Online and Mahoka animes. The goal of this movie is to further strengthen those ties, producing more anime which will be distributed along Aniplex subsidiaries worldwide, Crunchyroll, Funimation, Wakanim, Anime Lab, and producing mobile console games. Aniplex has proved itself one of the biggest Japanese publishers in the mobile landscape. Same as Cyber Agent. Yeah, so it's just for wider distribution and just to reach a larger audience. That's why they're doing it. Kadokawa is they've done some pretty smart moves. So, look, it's not that they're going. The problem is not that they're going global. Is that they want to reach more of the overseas market. The problem is the pandering that's gonna basically make them make changes to anime in their decisions. Like what's happening here in the West. They changed the story and the characters, for their LGBT agenda, diversity, inclusion, whatever it is. Right. So the characters in the story revolve around those things. Right? But anyways, that's enough of Kadokawa. I do want to talk about Japan. I want to talk about Japan because as more and more people get vaccinated and die from the vaccine. Maybe I shouldn't say that on YouTube, but I was gonna make a joke. You can't say anything about the vaccine, otherwise YouTube is gonna put you in jail. YouTube is the dictator now. YouTube is the dictator of the internet, along with Google and Facebook. So I'm not gonna make any jokes about the vaccine or COVID. But Japan is going to ease their entry for business people, students, but not for tourists. So this is a good sign that things are starting to come along. I say by next year, sometime in the summer or the fall of 2022, Japan is going to open 100%. One of the reasons why Japan is opening up for business people and students is because about 70% of the population is vaccinated. They are waiting for 80% of the population to be vaccinated. Once that happens, once 80% are vaccinated, then they will open up for tourism. And by then, hopefully, other countries in Europe and Asia and South America, they will also open up for tourism. Yeah, but since we're all weeps, we're all anime geeks and shit, we want Japan in Asia. If you're into Asian stuff. Asia. Now it says exclusive quarantines for short-term trips to be cut to 3 days. So people only have to quarantine for 3 days from now on. It says Tokyo, Japan looks to let foreigners visit the country for short business trips, study abroad in technical training, and easing of its strict coronavirus-related entry rules. Nikkei has learned tourists are not included in the round. The government is expected to announce the policy changes as early as this week, with implementing begins COVID. With the new COVID-19 cases down substantially from the record levels over the summer, Japan aims to gradually loosen a de facto entry ban on foreigners that has become a source of growing frustration among businesses. Thai corporations lobby Keidaren has been among the advocates of a more flexible approach. The quarantine requirements for short-term business travelers will be cut to as little as 3 days for vaccinated visitors for 10 days from 10 days now. It used to be 10 days, now it's 3 days. Companies and organizations receiving foreign nationals will be required to monitor their activities. Wow. Yeah, that's to monitor your employees' activities. Say companies and organizations receiving foreign nationals will be required to monitor their activities. Wow. So the shorter quarantine requirement will also apply to Japanese nationals returning from business trips abroad. Japan clamped down on immigration in January, responding to the emergence of more contagious coronavirus variants. Only foreigners with exceptional circumstances such as those re-entry permits and spouses and children of Japanese nationals have been allowed into the country. Yeah, so man, Japan, they don't mess around. They do not mess around in Japan. You guys, the world's gonna have to wait until the 80%. But so far, only 70% is vaccinated. So let's take a look. Japan vaccinated rate. Chart. So vaccinations in Japan. So Japan. It says right now it is November 12th. In October they had 90 million doses. Fully vaccinated 70%. So in October they had like 60% of the population vaccinated. And now fast forward to November, they have about 75% of the population vaccinated. Wow. I cannot wait to see all of those. all that infertility. Oh man, call me a conspiracy theorist, guys. But anyways, so that is some good news for Japan. So as Japan opens up, okay, as Japan opens up, get ready. For those people that want to visit, get ready to go and check, to go and start basically, enjoying the scenery. One of the things that I want to check out when I go to Japan is gonna be the Gundams. I want to go to Odaiba, Japan again, Odaiba, Tokyo, Japan, to see the giant Gundam. And Japan has been investing into Gundams a lot. Right now they're building a life-size RX-93FF new Gundam in Fukuoka. They're gonna start building it. They already started building it. They put in all the parts. It actually says Bandai Namco Entertainments. It says Koji Fujiwara, the current CGO of Chief Gundam Officer. Chief Gundam Officer, wow, I like that. Announces that mid-June that a new life-size Gundam statue project was underway. The project was fully unveiled September 15 as the RX-93 new Gundam. Man, look at that. I don't know if you guys remember, but the other Gundam that they had, it actually moves. And in a couple of years, Japan will want to have, a moving Gundam that can move without any type of strains, without being tethered to anything or any type of strains. All in Japan, baby. And the concept art, this is where it's gonna be at. I wish I could zoom in here. What port is that? This is construction begun, statue. Where is that at? Amusement. When I went to Japan, the Gundam I saw was in Odaiba. I mean, it already has a Gundam, so okay. I mean, this is in Fukuoka, right? So it's gonna be. Oh yeah, here it is. It's in Mitsui Shopping Park, Lalaport, Fukuoka, Lalaport. They always build it right next to a mall because that's where a lot of tourists go. Cannot wait to Japan. Now, unfortunately, there's been some arcades in Japan that have been closed. So if you wanted to go to Akihabara, if you were planning, if you wanted to do your anime tourism in Japan, most of you are going to be going to Tokyo, of course. So if you're going to be going to Tokyo, Akihabara has lost some arcades. They lost two of the Sega buildings, which is really sad. But I think some of the other ones, like in Ikebukuro, it's still active. There's still some arcades active, but a lot of arcades have died in Japan. And also, speaking of Gundams, Japan's Gundam Cafe it actually closed. It's set to close by early 2022. Along with the arcades that are closing, some of these restaurants are also closing because you don't have enough tourists going. But I think once everything opens up, like once Japan starts getting more travelers, more tourists, then they're gonna have once Japan has more tourists. Excuse me, sorry, I got something in my eye. Once Japan has more tourists, they're gonna start opening more places because, as all these empty spaces are gonna have to be filled. Right, they're gonna have to be filled. I actually saw this cafe when I was in Akihabara. Like once you get off the JR train station, when you go down the stairs, it's to the right. It's exactly to the right. You keep going to the right, and it's right there. I didn't go and eat there, but I did take a look just really quick. I didn't go to a lot of restaurants in Japan, honestly. But next time that I go, I do plan to. Yeah, so Japan, there's gonna be more Gundam stuff in Japan, and so I'm just glad that they're starting to open up. If you're a student, you're lucky. Okay, you're a lucky bastard. I actually envy you. Or you students out there traveling to Japan. So most likely, I say by late 2022, Japan is most likely to open since they got so many people vaccinated, and all over the world too. But there's also a lot of people are reluctant to get vaccinated. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. Want to focus on the travel to Japan. So I mean, most of the things that were lost in Japan were the arcades, but I believe a lot of the restaurants, like the maid cafes, obviously the most likely they're still there. If you go into the alleys of Akihabara, you're probably gonna find them. There's lots of shops, especially the snack bars. I absolutely love being in the snack bars, and I'm definitely gonna go next time. And also, I did wanted to tell you guys about the anime nightlife. For those that like going to a club, to bars and clubs, there's actually, if you go to Roppongi, there's actually a club in Japan, in Roppongi, where like they play. It's all about anime theme songs. It's all anime theme songs, and people go there to basically anime fans, and they jam. They go there in cosplay and they jam to their favorite anime theme songs. So, ow, shit, that hurt. Alright, anyways, moving on. I mean, this show is not going to be very long, but I got Kadokawa out of the way, Japan and tourism. Now we're going to talk about something very strange. It's some recent news that came out about a couple of days ago. It's about Billy and Mandy, and Cartoon Network is saying that, that Billy and Mandy, the reason why Cartoon Network was failed was because of the show Billy and Mandy. It says in here at CBR.com, says Billy and Mandy creator says they were fired for ruining Cartoon Network. They were blamed for ruining Cartoon Network, which this basically tells you. This basically tells you like how out of touch with reality these people are. The leaders, the people that run these companies. It's like Cartoon Network started sucking. Cartoon Network started sucking when Teen Titans Go were made. I don't know why the heck. They keep rerunning Teen Titans Go on Cartoon Network as if people really like that shit. Okay, Billy and Mandy was not a bad show on Cartoon Network. It was actually pretty good. It was like in the late 2000s, but it was actually pretty good. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but like for what Cartoon Network, excuse me, for what Cartoon Network was constantly putting out there, it was pretty good. It's the kind of funny show you would expect to be on Cartoon Network, right? But anyways, it said Maxwell Adams, creator of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, says Adult Swim current president fired him for ruining Cartoon Network's brand. Cartoon Network's brand was not ruined by Cartoon Network nowadays has a lot of crappy shows. Not only that, but also their animation also sucks. Okay, they've downgraded their animation to the point where it's so noticeable. Okay, it's so noticeable when a cartoon show is using Flash animation with the Flash software. I don't know if you guys, I don't know how much you guys know about that, but the Flash software, it absolutely freaking sucks. Like it's a bone structure of animation, and that's what they've been using it. They use it on the Scooby-Doo show, on the new Tom and Jerry show, and the animation does not look as fluid. You know what I mean? So Cartoon Network actually downgraded, the way they do animation to make it more affordable, which is stupid. I think it's absolutely stupid. They are reducing the quality of their shows. So I haven't even read the article yet, and I already know this is OPS. And blaming it on one TV show is not. Is the recent shows like the Teen Titans Go, the Thundercats Roar, and when Cartoon Network decided to do live action shows on their channel, that's when they started going down. I mean, that's when they really started going down. But anyways, let's see what Maxwell Adams has to say. Maxwell Adams, the creator of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, says that he's unlikely to work with Adult Swim because the network's current president once blamed him for ruining Cartoon Network's brand, firing him shortly afterwards. Adams, who regularly answers fan questions to his Tumblr account, revealed this story in response to an anonymous question asking if he ever considered making any shows for Adult Swim. I have a couple of ideas that I think would kill an Adult Swim, Adam wrote, but since the current president is the guy who gave me a public dressing down for ruining Cartoon Network brand with my helpful fart cartoons before probably firing me, such a collaboration seems incredibly unlikely. The current president of Adult Swim is Michael O'Wheeling, creator of Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. It says, who has worked in Cartoon Network's varying capacities since the creation in 1992. O'Wheeling was a senior vice president of development and programming. It says it's curious. It's curious that O'Lean would be blaming Billy and Mandy for ruining Cartoon Network. The cartoon about two kids and their best buds, the Green Reaper, was one of the network's most popular shows. There it is, yeah, it was one of the network's most popular shows. It says it launched the careers of artists like C.H. Greenbold and Turo Van Orman, the creators of Chowder and the marvelous misadventures of Flapjack, respectfully. So you could single it out for being darker and arguably more mean-spirited than most shows of Cartoon Networks than other original programming, but the hateful fart cartoon the scripture is an odd one. So since leaving Cartoon Network, Adams has worked at Disney on Fish Hooks in Warner Bros. Animation, Bonicula, Teen Titans Go. Oh man, he worked on Teen Titans Go. Jesus Christ, man. That's the show that ruined Cartoon Network. If anything, that's the show that ruined Cartoon Network. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy was actually popular, and I'm not one of the people that used to watch it, but I watched some episodes because it was funny. But again, anime guy here, not really interested in the American stuff. But this is just to give you an insight of like how these leaders, how they think. They blame the success of their network on one cartoon show without really analyzing what is it that people like and what is it that people don't like. You know? That's what we're dealing with. Anyways, guys, this show didn't really last a lot. I mean, we're only about 54 minutes in, and that's gonna be it for this show. If you have anything you wanted to say in the comments, I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes before before we log off. Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. All right, so that is it for the show, guys. I hope you enjoy the show. Hope you enjoy the discussion tonight. But I hope you enjoyed the discussion tonight, and I'll be making more videos, more gaming videos of Square Enix, Final Fantasy, the gaming industry, anime, geek culture, pop culture, and more info on Japan. Also, I will be watching some Netflix shows later this year, such as The Witcher, when The Witcher comes out, Stranger Things, and I will also be watching Cobra Kai. I'm going to be making a video on Cobra Kai, so stay tuned for that in the coming weeks and in December. This is Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video, and I will see you guys next weekend for the next live stream. This is Andy Matrix. Godspeed.